Today we're having a conversation with Gijs Dellemijn, founder of Mintwater Marketing, selected as one of the top 500 digital minds in the Netherlands by the Next Web, and he's also the host of his own podcast named Marketing Denkers. By using data, psychology, and creativity, Gijs and his team help some of the biggest online entrepreneurs in the Netherlands scale through social media advertising and brilliant marketing funnels. And in our opinion, he's able to do this in a unique and in a bold way.
This is Pioneers, a podcast where the two founders of Anti-Wave sit down to have a conversation with unique and innovative people, giving these people a platform to tell their story and giving you the knowledge to improve in your endeavors. Enjoy listening to Pioneers.
All right, welcome to Pioneers. We are your hosts, Luc de Bruin and Jules de Bruin from Anti-Waves. And today we're here with one of our friends from the business, Gijs Dellemijn. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having me, guys.
So, guys, how are you?
It's a really hot day today in the Netherlands, and I'm really happy, excited because the sun is shining, business going well, people are happy, clients are happy, we're getting amazing results, so I'm happy all the way.
Look at that, look at that.
How are you guys?
Good, very good. Yeah.
Really good, yeah. Our first episode, guys. Yeah. I'm glad we have you here.
Right. Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Of course. So let's start straight away. First question: can you tell us a little bit more about your passion for marketing and what got you into it?
Yeah, so my name is Gijs Dellemijn. I'm a Dutch entrepreneur and a marketer. I'm only 25 years old, so I'm pretty young. And I got into marketing. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and I got into marketing during my studies as well. But I think I've been a marketer as well since. Let me tell you a quick and funny story. In the Netherlands, there was something that was called Queen's Day. It's a national a celebration that we celebrate monarchy and the Queen. But the big fun is that there is a flea market, and I remember that I told my mom so my whole blanket, as I say, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but all the stuff I was trying to sell, all the old garbage, so to say, I wasn't selling anything. And that was actually when I learned one of the basic rules of marketing. And I found a microphone and a speaker 5 to 10 minutes later, which ended up in me screaming the whole day. Basically, that was the first rule in marketing. That the first thing I taught myself and I learned there was you need attention before you can sell anything. And was in front of me, so that was really funny, and I even got in the newspaper, so I'm kind of famous.
That's pretty cool. So it kind of sounds like you already got kind of a natural talent for the marketing stuff at a young age already. Also,
I think so.
Yeah. Cool. So another thing that when we were kind of preparing this podcast, I really had to think of, we find actually your strategies to be very creative and refreshing, the marketing strategies that you use. And how do you think that your approach with Mintwater Marketing, your company, is different from other marketing companies?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So basically, I think we need to go back to the basics. Basically, marketing, at Mintwater Marketing, we do two things. Number one is we do Facebook and Instagram ads, and I'll come back to that later. And we create funnels, sales funnels, as you know. And what we do differently is basically three things. We combine data, psychology, and creativity in order to get the maximum results. And we're obsessed, like seriously obsessed. All of it, the whole team is obsessed by client result. So that means that we'll do everything to get results for our clients, and that should be the basis for marketing agency. And to be really honest, and I really feel sorry about that the whole marketing industry, some companies seem not to have that the obsession for client result. It's all like email, we should get back to you, stuff like that. We like quick communication and to make sure we really get the results. And to come back to the Facebook and Instagram ads, why we do that is simply because those platforms, the attention of almost everyone is there. I was reading the Financiële Dagblad, which is Financial Times in the Netherlands this morning, and there was 2.2 billion in digital ad spend, and Facebook and Google have 70% of that in the Netherlands only. So you got to go where the attention is. Also, another marketing lesson: you got to go where the attention is, and then you got to utilize those platforms to get the maximum results. So. Something really simple we do, I'll keep it short, but something really simple we do is we focus a lot for clients on video advertising, simply because we see that we create win-win scenarios. Number 3, marketing tip, create win-win scenarios. So the platforms, Facebook and Instagram, they have shareholders. And the only way they can make the stocks go up and make the shareholders go crazy, can make them really happy, is to show them more ads. So because that's how they make money, let's be honest. So if you're creating ads and you're sending people outside of Facebook, so you're sending them to a landing page, for example, in basis, you're sending people outside of the platforms, which is fine, because there's going to be a point where you got to send people to a shopping cart. Yeah, you have to do it eventually. But the question is, and something you should ask yourself when you're creating campaigns, you should be asking yourself, is this the right moment? And another thing is, a lot of people are creating ads, but they're not seriously thinking, looking at it from the perspective of their potential client. So let me paint you a picture. If something I did during my studies was selling newspapers on the street. You know these annoying guys. Yeah, I was one of them. And that was really, really valuable experience. That's something for a whole other podcast. But that's the way most people run their social media ads. They're like screaming. They think, all right, so people that they're interested in this and this and this, they might be interested in my, let's say, upcoming webinar, because we all run webinars nowadays. So that's not a way to look at it. People gotta trust you, like you. And they're going to connect with you. So why do we not, if you look at relationships, look at your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, your partner right now, there was a time you didn't know him or her. And now you do. But there were a few steps in front. So look at it, look at the relationship, and also in your ad.
Basically,
you have to build, definitely. Yeah. So And the platforms, Facebook and Instagram, they enable you, others as well, by the way, but they enable you to retarget people based on a percentage watched of videos. And that's something we could call the ice cream machine method, based on something of Sam Walton. He's the founder of Walmart, former mentor of Jeff Bezos of Amazon.
Big guy.
Big guy. But something he did way back at Dellemijn was he got attention and then he sold.
Yeah. Interesting. So, and basically something that I noticed also when you at the beginning of your answer, you were saying like we are also obsessed with these things, with helping our clients, seeing results climb. Is that also something? So would you also say like really engaging with your clients and really, seeing how they're doing, like really being involved in their process, helping them, is that also something that sets you apart, you think?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm really grateful for everything we do, and it sounds weird, but we like to call ourselves partners, and that's also the reason we choose to not work with everyone. We often say no to clients, although from a cash flow perspective, it would be a really wise decision to go and secure some cash, like most companies would do. But we really choose to work with clients because we want to be that are our ideal clients, and we have a very specific list of clients we want to work with. But it also means that when we go all the way, we expect it both ways, because I personally believe an advertising agency, a marketing agency should be another arm or leg from your business. There should not be two parties. So let me paint you a picture. Something that often happens is that whenever we get an idea, we'll just send it out. Like even if it's 2 a.m. or 1 a.m., I don't care, because if we got an idea, we got to work. We got to go. We got to make it happen. And that's really something that apparently is not really a thing that most people do, apparently. And something Something sorry about that. Something someone wrote about working with us was actually working with these guys is it was something like working with these guys feels like you have another team of colleagues, marketing and the whole marketing department, something like that. And that honestly makes me smile when I read that, because that's definitely something we do.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds weird that it's rare for marketing companies not to be a sort of a part of a company, because it should be actually if you think about it. It should be really logical to be really involved in the company as well. Yeah,
I think it's cool because that way you also build like a really special relationship, which means people that work with you will also be a part of your journey, probably for a long time, and you can kind of grow together also if you work in a partner kind of way, so that's I think
I had that sentence for a long time in my I think you know this, but I had that sentence like let's grow together or something like that in Dutch in my email signature for a really long period of time. Because that's honestly, that's really what I believe we should do. And some really practical point of view, there is no one that knows their client. Marketing is knowing your clients. So we need to get to know the clients of our clients. So that means that if we have a really good relationship with our clients, which we do with all of them, that means that we can adjust really quickly, but we also can learn from them and talk with them about their ideal client, because it's really important, because you can only write great ads, for example, or create great campaigns whenever you know what they eat, what they like, what they think, you got to know like a day in their diary. That's whenever you know that, you'll never stop losing clients. Never.
Yeah.
You'll only gain them.
Yeah. Good one.
That sounds really, really logical. Yeah. So you also have your own Instagram and social media accounts, of course. So you post a lot of like quick tips and tricks on there as well, I saw. So what would you say are some good tips and tricks for people that don't have a big budget or just started off with a small company and are really like trying to find something that they can hold on to?
Yeah, to what? To expand or to get more clients?
Something in that direction. Yeah.
All right, so let's start with get started. There are a lot of people that listen or maybe watch this and they think about this and they postpone. And you'll never win when you postpone. 80% is perfect. As they say in Dutch, 80 is prachtig. So that's really important. Something is never perfect. If you're going to be doing a little bit of research, you'll find videos of me. I also had family members or friends really texting me whenever I put a video live and texting me like, "Oh, you look really bad. Are you tired?" or stuff like, "Yeah, I was tired. I don't care."
Fuck that.
Go. Yeah, really. Keep going. So get started. That will be number one. Number two is post regularly. Today. And number three, very simple, actually, give value. Keep giving value. And I know these are really broad, so we make it a little more practical because you're hinting on getting some really cool tips, tricks, and tools probably. Number one is don't underestimate this little machine. You have a power in your hands, but you got to be using it. So what I mean by that is, how often do you send selfie videos to people to their Instagram DM, or send voice memos? For example, something I do lately is sending out voice memos on LinkedIn. It's probably something new, and it's really, really valuable because it's highly personal, because you're sending, and there's another aspect to it. It's people are curious. So whenever you get that blue bar with a play button, people will listen. So it's as simple as that. When you get a voice memo on WhatsApp, you're probably listening because you're curious. What does the person has to say? Why? Especially when you connect with someone you don't know yet. So that would be a very practical tip. The other one would be sending out selfie videos in order to get attention. Whenever you keep in mind that you got to be providing value, and value doesn't have to be big. Like yesterday, I sent something to someone that would never ever become a client of ours or something else. We'll never work out together, but I'll just send them a video like, "Oh, watch here, your website. There's a little error in it. Just want you to know to fix it." Something like that. Just be this might be a whole another story, but it's also a kind of energy thing, which I personally believe in. The more you give, the more you'll eventually get back.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Accept no's, because you're gonna get way a lot of no's. And I love no, because the more no's I get, the sooner I'll get a yes. So
yeah,
as you
motivated.
Know, by the way.
Yeah. And that's the thing too that you say. I really like that where you say the power you have just in your phone, the thing you have in your pocket. If you just look at the ways to create content these days, it's like for example, if you look at TikTok or something, it's like in literally like 20 seconds you've made content, you've made a video, which already is a pretty cool piece of content. It's not even like, okay, just a video or something. You can do some pretty cool stuff on there. And that's really something, I think a lot of people probably also underestimate, how quick you can make something for people to actually enjoy and to watch. And, if you do that, a lot, then people will start coming to you.
Yeah, and also utilize the platforms, because always be testing. Like, for example, I got a way higher organic reach on TikTok, and I haven't been creating content specifically for that platform. But then again, there are people half our age going completely viral while brushing their teeth, for example.
Yeah.
Like the most random things. I'm not saying that should be you, but you should be creating. And I do think when you look at a broader or macro perspective, I think that there is going to be a whole nother generation that's growing up right now that's they're creating content is embedded in their I was actually talking with my niece and my nephew. They're a bit younger, and they told me, like, we don't use Instagram, we don't use Facebook, and it makes you think they only use TikTok and Snapchat.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's the platform you got to go to. Definitely right. Yeah, and I have to say, like, already, I think for people listening right now with that want to start out something, I think already there's so many great tips in only this conversation. Like you said, just start out, just do it, just make some stuff. Maybe as one final question to kind of wrap this conversation up. What would be your best advice to every entrepreneur or someone who starts in marketing or is trying to start a business or something like that? What would be your best advice to make some waves with his or her company?
Make some waves. So start with that. Make waves. And I'm going to break it up in two. So one is keep telling yourself, without attention, you cannot sell. So the number one tip would be, without attention, you cannot sell. And number two tip, there is always a next step. So, for example, if you're going to be creating a shit ton of content, valuable content, let's say you're doing a podcast because you're really, really passionate about the things you do and the stories you do of the people you're interviewing. There should be a next step. There should always be a next step. So, for example, if you're creating videos, there should always be, in marketing terms, a CTA, a call to action, which is subscribe to my newsletter. It doesn't have to be paid, but there should always be a next step. And then the next step of that will be, I just did an interview on my podcast, marketingthinkers.com, and there was a top investor in the Netherlands. He invested in over 200 companies, and I asked him what his number one marketing KPI was, and he told me, I'm not really a marketer, but as an investor, he looks at one thing, and that's the amount of people that would be willing to buy. Because this is something, as an entrepreneur tip, a lot of people will tell you they love your product, and you guys know this. A lot of people will tell you we love your product, and in your case, it looks great or is great. But there are so little people that would be actually willing, most of the time, I'll put it like this, most of the time willing to actually wire the money. Money in your account is, one, oxygen for your business, because you need oxygen to survive. That's one. And two, it's the ultimate validation. Because so a lot of people, yesterday I had a friend on the phone and he had another great business idea. And I told him, what kind of, do I need ClickFunnels? Do I need Thrive themes? Do I need WordPress? Whatever. I said, it doesn't matter. Start selling even before you have it, because that will be the ultimate validation. That will be, that's actually 3 or 4 tips, but that would be
Oh
my
yeah, great. Yeah. So wow, yeah, that's a lot of great stuff out there, and I also want to say you already talked about it a little bit, but for the people listening right now, also check out Gijs' his podcast. It's called Marketing Denkers in Dutch, Marketing Thinkers in English, and it's some really great content. Actually, I just checked that one yesterday. Some really cool interviews with people. Also from different kind of businesses, which is really cool. And I think I want to wrap it up for now. I want to thank you a lot for all your tips and tricks, and I want to thank you guys for listening.
Thank you
very much for having me.
Right, thank you.
Thanks for listening. For more episodes, check out antiwaves.com.